Namaste. Welcome, Mr. Bossert here. We're going to talk about um, what I want you to do today, right, for our Excel project. So if you go to the portal, its activity stream is one of the recent things, is December Excel project, women's basketball NCAA attendance. Or if you go to Chapter 5 documents, it's in there. All right, and it will give me a Word document, download a Word document here. And it gives me some information about the 2007-2008 NCAA Division I women's basketball average attendance. That's not all the schools, but you can see there's a chart here that gives me some information. And wins, losses, teams ranking, what the school is, average attendance that go to the women's basketball game that year. Home games anyway. Okay, so I want you to copy this information in an Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to add columns for winning percentage and columns for total attendance. So in addition to these columns, you're going to have two more. So you can shortcut it by clicking and copying it all at once. If I open up a new spreadsheet and paste it in there, okay. All right, we see that some of this is a little weird. So if I make some of the columns bigger, all right, maybe gets that a little bit better. And then again, if I double click in between at the end of the bar, it will make the column exactly as big as I need, not any bigger. I don't really like how these are merged. Alright, so that was all whacked out. Bum, bum, bum. Interesting, okay. So I'm kind of messing around with it a little bit, just to try to get back some of these. If I want to wrap text, since it's like that, I might kind of do it like that. Okay, so anyway, I don't know, do you want to rearrange this? Do you want to take these and put them after the team? Do you want to list the team first? Do you want to list the ranking first? That's kind of up to you. But I wanted to add two columns. All right. All right, if I want to get something down to the next line within a cell, right, I can hit Alt Enter, and that will do that. All right, so I've got kind of this deal here. I've got to get this. I've got to get formulas in here. All right, and the winning percentage formula is going to be winning percentage is found by it's really the number of wins divided by the total number of games. So that would be the winning percentage. So you have to come up with and write a formula and put that in here. Remember, all formulas got to start with equals, and then you've got the cells here. Now the thing is, the total number of games, you may have to add the wins and losses together. That gives you total number of games. Total attendance, right? Well, how would you get that? Well, if this is your average attendance over here, All right, we can take the average attendance and then multiply it by the total number of games that you found. And that would be in these columns, and then we drag them down. Okay, so that's one part of the assignment. So, formulas to determine winning percentage of total attendance. Sort the data so that your table shows the teams from greatest to least in total attendance. So once I get the total attendance numbers, right, I need to highlight and then go to data and sort. And I need to sort, it's going to be by column G because that's the column that the total attendance will be. And then I want the order to be from greatest to least would be actually from Z to A. So that's what you do that. Now it's not going to do anything because there isn't anything in those cells right now. And then create two graphs from the data. Now the graphs again can be whatever you want to represent. So you're going to have to look at this data, right? Do you think you should just grab all of the data and have 20 bars in your thing? Obviously, I'm going to mark you down if you have 20 bars. It's just too many bars in a bar graph. So you want to really figure out what you're going to do with this data and how you're going to graph it. Maybe you add even more columns and you change it and you find different information, or you use some other formula. Maybe you use the Big Ten schools. Maybe you do schools that have birds as men. I don't know. So you can decide what you want to graph. Now once you decide what you want to graph, then you got to pick the correct type of graph and then do that. All right. You need to make sure that your data table and graph are nice looking. All borders are on your data table. Make sure you format the cells with all borders. No halvesies. It means your data table is not going to be on one page and then a couple parts are on another page, right? It's all going to be on one page, right? And then the graphs, you can go onto a second page for graphs, but you can't have the graph on half of one page and half of another, so no halvesies. Make sure your name is on the sheet. All right, so come up here and say your name, right, and block 4 or block 6 or whatever. All right, and make sure your graphs are meaningful and all parts of a good graph. Make sure you have axis labels. Make sure you have everything that you need. Okay. Title of your graph, legend if necessary, scale and everything is good. Those are all parts in order to get. Again, this is going to be a regular assignment grade, and we want it turned in by the end of this block. So, good luck, namaste, and happy holidays.